who are we here with?
How y'all doing today? Y'all here with Carter, Big Fella Security Incorporated. Interview with Al Prophet.
Okay, so you're one of the more, I guess, high-profile security in the sense that you do a lot of local celebrities and national celebrities when they come to visit. Give us an overview of what your business is right now and how you got into it.
Well, actually, I've been doing security, I say, for about 15, 16 years now. You know, I started like anybody else, you know, doing private parties for, you know, family members and friends.
At what age?
I'm gonna say like 15, 16 years old.
How big were you then?
I say I was probably like 6'3", 6'4".
Oh, so you got big, young.
Yeah. I was always a big dude. But I started off doing the parties for family and friends.
Like just like house, like
yeah, you know, just house parties and stuff like that. That's how, you know what I'm saying, I started.
Now, when you say parties, you mean like a birthday party or like an after hours?
Both.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, both. Actually, birthday parties, after hours. Mostly after hours, though, because, you know, that's what you mostly need the security for, you know, stuff like that. Then it graduated to the strip clubs. Then after that, it graduated to the dispensaries and stuff like that. Then I started doing private functions for, like, you know, weddings and cabarets and stuff like that. Then that's when the personal, more personal stuff started coming in for, like, local artists and just people just want to have a good time and just want to feel protected when they out, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So not everybody just always been local celebrities, you know? So it's just been high-end clientele, too.
So let's go back. People in Detroit know what after hours is, but that's not all cities necessarily have those. So like when you were that age, like what's that? I mean, are you in a home? What type of
Yeah, sometimes it's home, sometimes it's halls, you know, and you know it varies.
What goes on there?
You know, it's just underground dancing, underground drinking, you know, selling liquor and all that type of stuff like that. So you know, it's just everything you do in the strip club is after hours.
What were you doing like in your, didn't you had an incident young where you got shot?
Yeah, I did. I got shot when I was 16 years old, and a friend of mine got killed behind that too. He was 17. You know, he was like basically like a basketball phenom. He was like about to go to the NBA.
Where'd you guys go, to Cody or something?
You know, he went to Northern, I went to McKenzie, so we was like on two different sides, you know what I'm saying, of the city. But you know, my grandma stayed in his neighborhood, so that's how we was real close. But yeah, he ended up dying from mine, and I ended up getting shot in the mouth.
What was the story?
We was at a party.
Where at?
Like Linwood, Claremont area.
At a house?
Yes, house party. Went to a house party, unfortunately, and got into it with some guys. And as we was leaving, you know, we got into the altercation with them, and they ended up shooting us. And
was there any did they ever get caught or?
Yeah, some guys went to jail behind it, you know, but it was so much like stuff, it was so many people involved, everybody didn't, you know what I'm saying, but some people went to jail for, you know, street politics stuff with the other stuff, so it was just a lot though, you know, with that, yeah.
And where were you shot in the face?
Yeah, in the mouth actually, like literally in the mouth, yeah.
And what was that, like, how scared were you, like?
I mean, you know, when you get shot, you don't really...
Well, coming out of it, when you realize you're shot in the mouth, that you had to be worried about being disfigured and all that.
Yeah, see, but when it first happened, see, I thought I got socked at first because it happened so fast. You know what I'm saying? So the only reason why I knew I got shot is because I seen the flash and I heard the ringing. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I knew, like, it was actually a gunshot, and I see my teeth and my blood coming out my mouth. Then I see my best friend laying on the ground because he got shot first. You know what I'm saying?
Point blank range.
Yeah, it was point blank range. You know what I'm saying? He got shot in the head, and I got shot in the... So evidently they was trying to kill me too, but I feel like by me being a little taller, they shot me in the mouth instead of the head. You feel me? That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, at that age, you must have been towering over.
I was still,
shooting up.
Yeah, you know, so I was still bigger than everybody. Like I said, I was always bigger than everybody. Yeah, so that's how that happened.
And how long was the recovery process?
I recovered fast. I recovered like, they say like by me being young, so I probably recovered like 3-4 months. Before I was like back walking and, you know, stuff like that.
Do you feel like you were just an innocent kid, or were you kind of...
No, we was into some stuff. We was like them guys that went to parties and got into fights and, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, and they caught up to us, you know.
And was he big like you?
Who, my friend?
Bigger? Yeah.
No, he was a little weight. He was smarter than me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was smart.
Do you feel like you had a period of your life where you were ever like a bully?
No, I never was a bully. I was always doing like security. It was always like security. Like I was always like with just with my friends, they get into it, you know, and I was always the big guy. So who you gonna approach first? You gotta approach the big guy first, you know what I'm saying?
What about, do you feel like when you were young, any of your friends used you?
I mean, yeah, some of them, but not him per se, because he was tough too, and you know what I'm saying, if anything. So not him per se, but yeah, a lot of friends did. But you know, that's how it go when you're a big dude and everybody else around you small.
What about, I notice a weird phenomenon sometimes with guys that are large enough to be intimidating. There's some people that'll almost like bother them in public as if, I don't know, it's either they want to get roughed up or like they think that because you're so big, you're just going to let them poke the bear and you never do anything.
Yeah, but see about me doing security though, you got to know how to handle those situations like that, because most of the people that I get into it would be smaller people. You feel what I'm saying? But you got to know how to handle those situations. Like being security, you got to know how to diffuse that first. You see what I'm saying? Like I let them talk, you know, crazy. You know what I'm saying? But because to me, as long as you're not a threat to me and nobody around me or what I'm doing, then you can, you know, I'll let you do whatever you gonna do. You know, so whatever.
Okay, this is Detroit and stuff happens and like, you know, you got shot when you were 16. How does it just come from experience where you can tell like, okay, he's just woofing and nothing's gonna happen? Whereas sometimes though, it's like, hey, this person might. Yeah,
you can't never underestimate nobody until you gotta play every situation like something can happen every time. So that's why you can't let it escalate. If it don't got to go, you know what I'm saying? If it's not that serious, don't let it escalate. If it's not, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said if it's not a personal threat to me or what I got going on around me, then I'm not even going to involve myself in that.
And I mean, I even personally have known many friends that were security guards have been killed and stuff like.
Yeah, I had a couple friends too.
Yeah, that's a dangerous profession.
It is. It's real dangerous. That's why I say you got to know how to move and you got to know how to handle people and talk to people. See, like, but when I go out and I work a lot of people, they come up to me and say, they tell me like, oh, I see you serious. I can just look at you and tell that you're serious and you're moving right, and or just the way I talk to people, my persona, you know, they go a long way what you do in security, because everything is people based. You got to deal with people all the time. You know what I'm saying? You drunk with drunk people, mad people, you know what I'm saying? People that's going through problems, you know what I'm saying? And they looking at you like, who are you? You feel what I'm saying? Like in most, especially when I'm doing parties and stuff like that. So you got to definitely know how to talk to people and know how to handle every situation accordingly, because everybody is, you know what I'm saying, going through something different in their life. You know what I'm saying? And you never know what they can do and what they're capable
of. Involved.
You never know. So you always got to deal properly.
So at 18, when it was like, okay, you know, college, join the military, whatever, you are at that point, did you know like I'm gonna do this professionally, or
when I got into it at first, I didn't know I was going. I still was like, because when I was younger, I was in the streets a little bit, you know. So I did this.
To what age?
I'm gonna say till like I was like 23.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I got shot when I was 16. So from the time I was like 16 to 23, I was like in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I need to do something with myself because I was going to jail.
Oh, like what type of charges?
Like drug charges.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Possession charges and stuff like that. So I'm like, but I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm too big.
What year was your graduating class?
Oh, 09.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 09. Yeah, I'm 31 now. Okay. So.
Like 2010, 2011, you were getting in trouble. 2012.
Yeah.
That was still like BMS, so like there was still a lot of.
Yeah, so that's why I was still going. Yeah, so that's where my head was at. Then so I'm like, I got to get over that. You know what I'm saying? So I left that alone, but I'm like, I got to do something that's gonna incorporate my size. I'm like, I'm too big to just work a job.
Plus, it's kind of like being the streets is kind of it's fun. Like,
yeah, it's
as long
fun.
as you're not getting hurt.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's too many risks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, like just in general, like even beyond the crime, just even being security, you get to be at action and people,
yeah, of course. But so that's why I was like, my whole thing, I was like, I got to do something that's for my size. You know what I'm saying? So when people look at me, they're like, oh yeah, I understand why you know what I'm saying? Why you doing that? You know?
What was the first job that made you feel like, oh, I'm
doing this?
I'm not just like a big guy at after hours. Like I'm like kind of professional. Like I'm somebody.
When I started doing this dispensaries, my fault. The dispensaries. Like when I started getting those contracts and stuff like that. That's when I started. what year is it now? Like 2022?
2022.
I'm gonna say like 16, 17.
So business been pretty. You been pretty financially straight?
Yeah,
5-6 years.
yeah. It's been going pretty good. Yeah, since I started. So every year I can see the progression in my team and it just how everything just going.
Okay, yeah. So tell us about that. What do you own the company? Or?
Yes, I own the company. I'm the provider, sole founder of the company, but I got people working under me. I got
how many?
Right now. See, it fluctuates because
call.
So right now I say about 5 employees.
So
right now.
if someone called and needed if I gave you 48 hours, how many people could you come up with?
But see, that depends on what you need. So if you wanted, say you wanted 10 guys or 15 guys, I will outreach to other companies.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? To be like, oh, you guys, you want to work with me tonight? Just like the same with me. They'll call me some nights like, hey, I got this gig tonight. You want to come work? So we all bounce and throw work off each other. It's all the same.
Going in, okay, so let's go back to the top of 2020 as the pandemic was about to, is approaching. We don't know it at the time. What was the state of your business at that point? Like you were mostly dispensaries?
It slowed down, but I was doing mostly like personal security.
With?
Like just like artists, who was still like
because people were having parties.
Still was the underground stuff that was.
But the police ain't.
Not
supposed to
so it was like the underground stuff that people were still having, like people who still have birthday parties, and they still had like local people coming to their parties and stuff like that. Stuff. So yeah, that's what we was doing during the pandemic time.
Was pandemic? Pandemic was dry at first, but then once the money came.
Only thing slowed down for me in the pandemic was like the traveling. Like with artists
you had already started doing
it.
What was your first traveling gig?
Probably like in 2020.
Oh, that started.
Be like before that, right before the pandemic, right before
2019.
Yeah.
Who was your first artist that had you traveling?
I think it was it TJ? I think it was TJ. The
Scam Rap?
Yeah, I think it was TJ when we did this tour. When we did this tour that he had.
What was that like?
Oh, that was dope.
Where'd you guys go?
Went to Houston, went to Cali, went to New York. Where else we go?
How many people was it? You, him, and
me, him, his manager. I knew the other rapper, Casual Clown.
Oh.
Yep, he was with us. Yep, we had a driver, camera.
So it was a whole big.
Yeah, it was a people. Yeah, we had a little team going.
What was any fun or scary experiences during that trip?
No, it was all cool. Everything was all like
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that's like I said. Like everything I do would be like I ain't really never had no, you know what I'm saying, like no bad.
And because that really comes from looking ahead.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It was just
foreseeing problems.
Because mostly I be telling people like mostly for the most part security is just like assurance policy. You know what I'm saying?
And also someone's kind of getting your experience to know like, oh, maybe you can kind of foresee trouble before it happens.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be the first response for it. You know what I'm saying?
Or you won't. You'll just be like, let's not go there, or don't let them.
And I had to do that a couple times. Like we didn't left performances, and we was going at the party. And it looked a little shady, or like the spot, and I'd be like, nah, bro, let's see in here. They be like, all right, bet we ain't gonna go in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely.
So the best offense or best defense is a good offense. Don't let it happen in the first place.
For real.
So who are some of the more notable like people's names? Some of the people whose names would be familiar.
What, like from the city?
Yeah, or no, period, just any. Like celebrities.
Oh, what celebrities? What? As far as like Floyd Mayweather, Yo Gotti, and them, like people that came to the city and they had performances and stuff, and they wanted extra security from the city. You know what I'm saying? I did security for them.
Any of them were you like with them personally, or you're part of them?
They had their own personal security, but would they hire us extra personal security for like to be in the city? You know what I'm saying? That know how to move a little better in the city. You know what I'm saying? So that we'd be like extra just for extra security.
It's one of the most
when they go to the club.
Cities, like I mean, I've been at concerts in a lot of cities, and this. Man, there's more security and police at events here than almost anywhere.
Yeah, you got to be like that. Definitely.
Who's some of the Detroit people well known that you've done?
Oh, like Payroll, Babyface Ray, GT. There's so many of them. Like I can't even really name some of them. Shada Baby, a lot of like little bit of big name people. Helluva.
What are they like? just ran, they want to go to a strip club, or it's a concert, or just all
It
kinds
be
of stuff?
it be all type of stuff. They going to parties. They might be going to the studio. They might be going to the strip club. Like just anywhere. Like just where they feel like they need to have some security. Like car shows and just anywhere. It's crazy. Like we
So
done been
yeah,
everywhere.
for non-Detroiters, this is a city with you don't have to be in any beef. It's just you can get
Yeah,
wild.
it's just a city where something can happen. Like it ain't even gotta be necessarily happen to you. It can just be something right next to you that can just happen. You know what I'm saying? This is just a wild city like that. Like, and I ain't gonna say it just, but I feel like stuff that happens to people here is like something going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't really just random stuff just happening. It'd be like something going on for real with people most of the time. I say.
Any well, without going into any obviously details or anything, like how do you, of course, like different rappers, there's different things going on. How do you, when certain people call you, like because you probably know damn near everybody.
Right.
You could be somebody. Did you ever feel like people try to get information or
No, that ain't never happened. That ain't never happened. For the most part, when I go out with clients, I know the people they bringing me around.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So my clients be like, "Oh, how you know him?" Because like I told you, I was in the streets and all
Yeah.
my people, so all that type of stuff. So that's like a more beneficial part of it. Like, you know what I'm
Face
saying?
card.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So definitely that go a long way too.
What about, have you ever, you must have guarded, like, okay, you're guarding, I ain't talking about anybody in particular, but just you with this rapper and
Right.
you know they into it with these other guys, and then a month later the other guys want to use you.
It's money is all
Okay,
business.
so
all,
nobody feels weird about that.
no, that's all. Yeah, because I didn't work with so many.
Because you're not just some guy. with
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm an actual company, you know what I'm saying? When they see me, they can look me up and
Yeah.
see my whole credentials and everything, so they know.
And do you, part of that though is you have to avoid the temptation, because you're like anybody, different people you might meet, you hit it off, like you could be their friend, but you're too personal with one set of people, it could make it weird with other people. Do you try to...
I ain't never had those problems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
That's
ain't
good.
never had those
Do
problems.
you think that probably your personal skills more than physical probably is just as important or more,
Yeah, definitely. Physical, all of it. It's
Physical's
all.
last resort, though.
Yeah, that's last resort, but everything is from the thinking to the physical to everything. That's all in one. You gotta all in one, but you don't want to go to the physical. That's just that you have to.
And how has your business been growing? Like, what's some of the business challenges? Like, what was you graduated from high school?
No, I didn't graduate from high
Do
school.
you
actually.
feel like you were, because you were,
The challenge-
Kenzie wasn't too,
Only challenge I would say that I would have with my business would be
who helped? Are you just were smart enough to figure stuff out? Did you have a mentor?
I just went with other companies and other people that I knew. I seen just
And you
taking
observed?
notes. That's how I did all through my life though. With everything I did, just take notes from everybody that I seen doing what I wanted to do, and see what I want to take from it.
And a lot of weird stuff was going on during the pandemic. I mean, have you ever found yourself, like, as far as in the underground party world, especially during the pandemic, were you ever anywhere where it was like, oh God, what's going, like, just
What
something
Mike
with a
had-
person, well,
Like
also
I don't
just-
really want to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
going for the money.
activities
Yeah,
you
yeah,
wasn't
definitely.
really-
Yeah, definitely. I've been a lot of places I went, but see, I'm the enforcer there.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. In this line of business, you can't be scared. You know,
can't pick and choose.
you-
or even just something you don't.
Yeah,
as long as
you-
you're not. molesting
But see,
kids or
I do
something.
ask clients though, when I do get personal clients, I do always ask them like, why are you hiring me? You know what I'm saying? Like, is you into anything? You know what I'm saying? Just give me a heads up. Like that's not going to defer me to.
You just need to know.
I just need to know so how I need to come.
Are people? Do you feel like people are truthful with you, or just
Yeah,
depends
for
on
the
person?
most part. But you like for the most part, it'd be like people that I know of already.
So
I kind of know what they into already, but you don't know personally. But
And you can have your own little back channels where you can call somebody and they're like, hey.
yeah,
what's
because
up?
security can have security.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
You
now
feel?
you do.
You feel what I'm saying?
Everybody knows who they are.
You know what I'm saying? So you know,
all gotta
yeah.
have the-
Like I done had a couple of my
Death Watch
homeboys that come to a couple events, like come up here with just, you know what I'm saying, like y'all regular people. You know what I'm saying? Just to, you know what I'm saying, it'd be my, you know what I'm saying, because I done did a lot of events where I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no backup. You know what I'm saying? So if some go, if I'm outnumbered, then that's just something I can't, you know what I'm saying, deal with. So, you know, I have people around sometimes.
What's some of the more, tell us an exciting, like, Rambo, tough guy, had to fight off 8 people. Like, what's some of the wilder stories?
Only got one story that even almost got like that. It never happened, but it almost got like that, and that's where I got cut right here. I got a little cut. I was doing personal security for a client. We was in a strip club. I ain't even gonna say what strip club it was, but
this was this a person in the music industry or?
Yeah, she a rapper, but she like a dancer / rapper or whatever. So we went to the strip club, and on the way out, and this was my fault because this was around the time I was just not getting my personal security thing going, so I was still like learning the ropes of it. On the way out the door, a girl threw a drink on her, but I had my arm around her. So when as we was leaving out the door, the girl threw the drink on her. So when she threw the drink on her, we looked back and I seen the girl who did it, and I went in there and chased her. You see what I'm saying? And I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to keep leaving. You feel what I'm saying? When I did that, I grabbed the girl hair like this.
And was it just a reaction? Like,
it was a reaction. I don't even know. That's what I was.
Yeah, you can't beat her up.
You're right. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? I was just like, what was, I don't know. I just felt disrespected basically too. At the end of the day, I don't know what it was. Yeah, right. But that wasn't me being professional. See, so I had to snap into reality. But anyway.
So you grabbed her and then you caught yourself?
No, I grabbed her. Let me tell you, that's how I got cut. I grabbed her, and then the guys I guess she was with, they kind of like bossed up on me. I'm like, oh, let her go. You feel what I'm saying? So in the midst of that, somebody cut me 2 times across my forearm. With a razor or something. I don't know what it was.
Oh, that's a big
Yeah, I got 2. Yeah, like 27 stitches. Oh. I was to the white meat, yeah. Oh. So, but I didn't feel it because there was just so much going on, you know what I'm saying? So,
meanwhile, you had left her by herself.
And that's when I snapped this reality. So I'm like, I can't fight. I can't fight them because if I fight them, I'm leaving her vulnerable because with the girls, whoever she might, you know what I'm saying, like that.
Yeah.
So I grabbed her, and when I went to the car, but when we go into the car, she like, I got blood on my jacket. I'm like, why you got blood? It was my blood. So I made it, they didn't let me on my gun. So by the time I got to the car to get my gun, I, put one in the chamber, and I seen all the gashes across my arm, man. That's when she took me to the hospital, and then that was the end of that. So yeah, that was like the...
well, I mean, there's a lot of places you're not supposed to have a gun that you can, but...
Yeah, they don't let outside security.
But it'd be street guys in there
with guns. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But it's just it's crazy. It's so crazy. Some clubs I can, like if I know the managers or door security, something like that. But like certain clubs I've ever worked at or never been, they ain't know.
Has there been anyone you ever turned down because you thought, you're into something I don't want to be into, or you're
like a client?
Yeah.
No, I never turned nobody down.
Oh, really?
I never turned nobody down. No, even her. After that, like I still did work for her. After that.
What about I got another friend. He's unfortunately under a RICO right now. You know, Boss Hog?
Yeah.
You know, he
do security.
He
isn't like that.
Lord RICO.
And I never knew what he was like that for.
I mean, I read the whole indictment. It's kind of bullshit. But anyways, he was telling us about how, he had to be careful of like people actually trying to hire him to like guard illegal activity.
Yeah. That can happen a lot too in this security game, especially when you get like big. And get like a name out there like big, and they know you from like the streets first. Yeah. When you had like a little street rep first, that's when that like opportunities come along.
Because if you're not careful with that, I mean, depending what's going on from the federal government's perspective or local, they could be like, oh well, you're just because you got an LLC that says security. If you know what's going on, you're part of the conspiracy.
You're part of the conspiracy if you know what's going on. So it's a danger. That's why I'm trying to go legit, keep all the stay with legit clients and.
So you probably have, maybe you didn't have to go so far as turning people down, but they kind of got the vibe of like, oh, he's not going to guard our drug deal.
No, and not even, it don't be like drug, it'd be like illegal like grows and stuff like that. Like, not like, because I wouldn't even do that. Like, I could tell if a guy like from the streets and he wanted me to go do some.
You're not even entertaining that.
You feel me? Because I could lose my gun license. Or
you go to prison.
So it's just everything.
So you probably have actually turned people down. It just didn't get to the stage of turning them down. You just knew beforehand.
You can read people and see what they into and tell what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely.
So coming out of pandemic, how's
It's been definitely picked back up. It's definitely back. And then I got into the fitness. thing.
Oh,
So,
what? Tell us about that.
yeah, so right before the pandemic, 2 years before the pandemic, I started working out. I was a way bigger guy than this. I was I was like almost 400 pounds.
What are you now? You're under
260.
I'm
260 now. So
you lost 100 and some pounds.
yeah. So as I got into that, more people start hiring me for security because they see like I'm more in that fit and more agile in that, and then I started doing the fitness training thing.
Oh, so
yeah, that's how that came along. The fitness. When people see my transformation, I started training.
Oh, what percentage of your business do you think is security versus fitness?
Oh, security always gonna be like number one. So I'm gonna say
it would be. I'm sure you would if you could make as much doing.
Yes, right. Yeah, definitely. I want fitness. I want it to be like neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want it to be like 50-50. So
what kind of for someone that's interested, like what type of? I mean, you train women, guys.
Yeah, men, women, children.
They could have different goals. Someone might want to lose weight. Someone might want to gain muscle. Just anything.
Anything. All type of fitness training, meal preps, meal plans.
Oh.
Yeah, all that.
So what? You have like a company you partner with the meal prep?
No, I just do just write them out for them. Yeah, write them out for them, and you know what I'm saying, give them the amounts and stuff they supposed to eat and stuff like that. Yeah.
Is that's growing?
Yeah, that's still starting out.
Is that getting some momentum?
Yeah, it's getting momentum a little bit. So right now I got like 2 clients right now as actively, but over the time I probably had like 10. You know what I'm saying? Like last 2 years, probably had like 10 clients.
And have you had any chance, like when you were guarding, or like when you were hired as extra security, what you said, like Yo Guy or other big artists, ever had a chance to like kick it with some of their private security to get a sense of what?
So when I did, when I was doing security for TJ, and she shot a video in LE Chopper, and we was in Atlanta, and I actually got to be a part of that video, but I was meeting his security. I'm like, how you know what I'm saying, get with him? He was like, man, basically, this was like a bump, running into him, opportunity, like, you know what I'm saying? He like, I didn't want doing security before this or nothing. He like,
Did he seem like he knew what he was doing?
A little bit, but the environment we was in,
it was easy.
It was kind of, you know what I'm saying? We was in a video shoot set, so it wasn't really like too much going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Detroit's pretty intense.
Yeah, we was in Atlanta then, so we was in Atlanta when I met him.
Saying, like, if you can do it in Detroit.
Yeah, so, you can do it anywhere then. You can do it in Detroit for sure, definitely. That's what I'm thinking about, going like down South Atlanta, Miami, and Texas, LA, you know what I'm saying, to see where I can get with that, to see if I can get a little more high-end clientele.
Yeah, like my guy in LA, Lucho, he does a lot of big, influencers, girls with millions of followers, just all kind of people. You and him would be a good team.
Yeah, I definitely link up with all type of others. Every security I see that's moving good and I see working professional, I definitely link up with them.
So for someone that's interested in getting into this, like, is it something you recommend? And like, because it seems like it's something you could get in over your head fast. Like if you just think,
because
I'm a big guy, you could be standing in front of some bar in Detroit and get your life taken.
Right, and that's what I'm about to say, because all security not the same security. And that's what I'll be telling people, like, it's security from guarding parking lots to from the bank security to club security to personal security.
Winos,
it's all type of different security, you know what I'm saying? So you have to be trained in every, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you have to be trained in every.
But you trained all your training was self-training.
Yes, but it was all from experience, though. It was all from experience, and I started when I was 16 years old.
And you were.
I'm 31 now. You know what I'm saying? So so I had really learned. And
you think getting shot and surviving and losing your good friend, that probably like added your like protective instinct?
I think so too. I think.
Because some people have that. Like there's big guys that are like something about their size turns them aggressive towards others, and then there's other people that are very protective, like almost to the point of like detrimental to themselves, like they always thinking about others before themselves.
Right, like because I ain't the guy, like when people see me, they don't see me as like a threat off rip. They see me like a protector, like you know what I'm saying, like when because I'm not the guy who always threw my size around like and always try to be Debo, you know what I'm saying. So when they see me, they know like he. You know what I'm saying? If you see me in that form, that means I'm protecting someone. I'm not being aggressor, you know. So yeah, definitely.
Is there a bunch of, or is there other men in your extended family that are big guys, or who could kind of, because every type of person you are in society, someone got to kind of, either you got to learn the hard way, or somebody got to teach you like, oh well, people are going to react to you this kind of way, so you need to do this, or are you like the only big, like
No, I got big. All of my guys in my family.
Well,
big.
there are some people that are oddly like their whole family's normal size.
Yeah,
They're just big as
yeah. I got big guys in my family. Like all my uncles is big. I got cousins who big. You know, they not as tall as me, but they big guys. You know what I'm saying?
So, and you got a kind of a built-in backup too if you need like something really goes sideways.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so where can they, get in touch with you? Like what's the process of either hiring you for training or security and etc.
Well, Instagram for sure. They can hit me up on Instagram, bigfella_security_inc, INC.
We got an email?
Yeah, I got an email. I don't really like to give out the email because my email's on the Instagram, so everybody can just go. So everybody just go. If you want to contact me, just go on the Instagram. All the fitness and the security stuff on there too, so they can contact me and we can get together on just that one page, bigfella_security_inc.
All right, Big Fella Security, real Detroit entrepreneur, and that's American Dope, Al Prophet.